President of Prince of Songkla University, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure for me to join all of you here today in the beautiful province of Pattani. I am touched by the warm reception and the presence of our friends from various countries, including representatives from the government and business sectors and the media. And please allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate Prince of Songkla University on hosting this important conference. I commend the Center for Islamic Studies for their dedication to producing well-rounded graduates who are well-versed in religious and secular affairs. The conference today, with its focus on the roles of Islamic studies in post-globalized societies, provides us with an opportunity to discuss the challenges we are facing and how Islamic studies in the 21st century could help us address them. Islam is one of the world's major religions, and a quarter of the world's population, or about 1.6 billion people, are Muslims. The Muslim population is a diverse community living in many places around the globe. And here in Thailand, we also have a sizable Muslim population, and Pattani was an Islamic center that had flourished well before the colonial period. So when we think globally, we cannot overlook the importance of the Muslim world, both in geopolitical and demographic terms. And Muslim nations are playing a greater role in the world's political, economic, as well as cultural spheres. But when we talk about Islamic studies, we must stress that this academic discipline is important not simply because of the large number of Muslims in the world. Rather, its importance lies in the roles it could play in shaping or changing the globalized world that we now live in. Some see the world we live in is currently in the post-globalized stage, which in this context related to the topic of the conference means that there is now the opportunity for a revival of culture and traditions from non-Western countries. There is hence the opportunity for us to synergize this revival for the benefit of the world. And let me elaborate on what I perceive as the important roles of Islamic studies in the post-globalized world. First, Islamic studies could play an important role in strengthening the basis for harmony and understanding in society. When Muslim or non-Muslim scholars study Islam and live by the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, there is a sense of fulfillment. Not only will these scholars understand more about the principles, practices, and pillars of Islam, understanding that they could pass on to succeeding generations, but they will also be guiding devotees towards the path of peace and harmony. In this sense, Islamic studies, like the studies of other religions, could serve to maintain social harmony and peace. And in Thailand, we greatly value social harmony and peace. Muslims, Buddhists, and followers of other faiths in this country live in peaceful harmony and toleration for centuries. There are constitutional provisions for religious freedom that effectively guard against religious discrimination or restriction. Moreover, even though our Muslim population, like those in some other Southeast Asian nations, is relatively small, they do play an important role in shaping and developing the political, social, economic, and cultural landscapes of our country. In government and politics, Muslim leaders have served as Speaker of the House of Representatives, Foreign Minister, Deputy Minister, and Army Commander. Indeed, living peacefully with the majority groups of other faiths under the various political systems of these nations, Muslim communities have made contributions that are disproportionate to their size. Still, we need to study and learn more about the Muslim world and how Islam could shape proper mutual perception and understanding of people in society and peoples of different countries. This is where Islamic studies would come in. Second, The academic discipline of Islamic studies has an important role in building the capacity of Muslims to strive and excel in the globalized 21st century. Although Islam does not make any distinction between religious and general studies, because both are complementary and thus studied simultaneously in an integrated system, Islamic studies could be tailored in such a way that it accommodates both religious studies and other fields of study. These areas include the physical and natural sciences, which are highly praised by Islam in the Quran and Sunnah. This will increase the graduate's chances of it securing jobs in highly competitive labor market that requires specific skills and specializations. Its curriculum needs to be designed for maximum job marketability, so graduates will be able to contribute to the overall development of the country. The study of any branch of knowledge in any field is linked to the strengthening of religious and moral values, which will in turn guide science towards benefiting the large community. We need to review and continue to improve the curriculum, the teachers' qualifications, and teaching methodologies to help students excel in the modern world, while acting in accordance with the true teaching of Islam. Third, Islamic studies could strengthen the global community. Islam calls on its followers to be well-rounded in knowledge, so that their service to God is based on true knowledge. This includes the assessment of community needs so as to best serve the community, which is extended to cover the global community. Thai Muslims should see themselves as the unifying factor in the Thai community and the world at large. And in so doing, we adopt an inclusive perspective, whereby we inculcate in people caring relationships, race and gender sensitivity, acceptance of religious pluralism, ecological awareness, community spirit, and awareness of the divine. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, like all academic disciplines, Islamic studies need to keep pace with the world. In order to do so, we can emphasize the issue of connectivity, physical, structural, and through people, that would enable our scholars of Islam to take full advantage of a bigger market with greater potential. Investing in people, which in this case is investing our Muslim students, is very important. The Thai government believes that education is the key factor in human development and development of the country. We have introduced the 15-year free education program. We also emphasize the quality of education and on lifelong learning. With this in mind, we need to upgrade and introduce key investment in quality Islamic studies. With a steady growth of Islamic studies in the Southeast Asian region, we hope to develop leading centers of Islamic studies, such as the Center for Islamic Studies here in Pattani, as leading centers in the South. Eventually, we hope that centers like these will become regional leaders and destinations where both Thai and foreign students converge to pursue their studies. Through the roadmap for Islamic studies in Thailand that is being worked on, we will see many more contributions to the development of Islamic studies. Moreover, the Thai government, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and under the Institute of Islamic Studies Networking Program, has been providing scholarships for Islamic studies to the center students with strong English and Arabic language background to spend 2 semesters abroad in universities in the United States, Jordan, Malaysia, and Indonesia. It is expected that these students will contribute to both their community and country. This is one clear example of the government's policy in providing equal access for all Thai citizens to quality education and career opportunities, with no one left behind. I believe that we have the will and determination to attain the goals of advancing Islamic studies, so I hope that an international forum like this will provide us with many more ideas for further development of this important area of specialization in the years to come. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in a series of celebrated hadith, the Prophet Muhammad said the words, "Seek knowledge continuously," and seeking knowledge is incumbent upon all Muslims, men and women. Indeed, Muslims have heeded this call for centuries. The Quran speaks about remembrance as the foremost practice, and it is under this guidance that Islamic studies should uplift Muslims and develop their capacity for sustained remembrance of the Creator Allah. I'd like to declare open the International Conference on Roles of Islamic Studies in Post-Globalized Societies. I wish you all great success and may peace be upon you. Thank you, Shukran, and Swadee Krab.